What's good? What's good? I'm back. Yours truly, one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast. Your source for music, sports, politics, world events, and much, much more. Today, I'm going to react to a video of a Woke Miller ad. Before we do that, though, I want to give you a word from one of our sponsors, promopalace.biz.
Looking for music marketing and promotion? Then look no further than Promo Palace LLC, your one-stop shop for all music promotion services. Services include Spotify playlist pitching, YouTube video promotion, record pool promotion, blog placements, radio airplay promotion, SoundCloud promotion, and much more. With over 2,000 customers and over 10 years of experience in online promotion, Promo Palace LLC is a company you can trust. For more info, please go to promopalace.biz. See you there.
That's right. You heard the beautiful lady. If you need online marketing promotions, please check us out, promopalace.biz. One-stop shop to promote your music, product, brand, or your service. All right, let's get into it. This Woke Miller ad.
Here ever. From Mesopotamia to the Middle Ages to colonial America, women were the ones doing the brewing. Centuries later, how did the industry pay homage to the founding mothers of beer? They put us in bikinis. Wow. Look at this wild. It's time beer made it up to women. So today, Miller Lite is on a mission to clean up not just their but the whole beer industry's
Are y'all trying to go bankrupt too?
Yo.
This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, ladies and gentlemen. The link is in the description section. Get you one of these shirts. When I wore it in the last video, a whole bunch of people bought one. I know it's controversial, but there's some G's out there like me that'll wear this anywhere, anytime, any place. So get it in pre-order because we're having it available for pre-order until Wednesday. So go to pre-order, put pre-CRT 30 and get 30% off this shirt in pre-order because once it's not in pre-order, it's going to be full price. So CRT or pre-CRT 30, get 30% off this shirt. Like and subscribe to the channel. But the biggest thing I want you to do is like the video. Hit the like button, like one. I want to see how fast we can get to 1,000 likes at the launch of this video. Hit the like button. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, why is Miller attempting financial suicide? If there wasn't a prerequisite or an example of how to destroy your business, I would understand why they would make a commercial like this. But Anheuser-Busch literally laid out the foundation for how do you lose billions of dollars off of being tone deaf. Now, I want you to look at this video, and I'm going to debunk some of the things that she said or clarify some of the things she said, but the biggest part is that this is the most cringy
everything she says
video or commercial that I have ever seen. If the Dylan Mulvaney thing wasn't cringy enough and stupid enough as a business, why would Miller do something like this? This is worse, in my opinion.
It is.
This is worse than Dylan Mulvaney. Roll the clip.
Here's a little known fact. Women were among the very first to brew beer ever. From Mesopotamia to the...
Here's a little known fact. Only because we made them. We forced them to. They didn't have no choice. Let's keep it moving.
Middle Ages to colonial America, women were the ones doing the brewing. Centuries later, how did the industry pay homage to the founding mothers of beer? They put us in...
Hold up. The founding mothers of beer. What a bunch of horse shit. I guarantee women didn't invent how to brew beer. I guaranteed men told them they had to brew the beer, and men were predominantly drinking the beer. This is just such horse shit. You don't get to take credit for something you were forced to do. Something you probably didn't more likely have a choice in the Sumerian days, because it was said the Sumerians are the first ones to start brewing beer, and their women were brewing beer because they probably forced their women to brew beer and made their women brew the beer while they drink all the beer. It's like, It's crazy. It's crazy.
Bikinis. Wow. Look at this. Wild. It's time beer made it up to women. So today, Miller Lite is on a mission to clean up not just their but the whole beer industry's Miller Lite has been scouring the internet for all this and buying it back so that they can turn it into good for women brewers. Literally, good How, you ask? Ladies, take it away.
First, we turn the bad into compost. Then we feed compost to worms. Push out beautiful fertilizer. That good helps farmers grow quality hops, which is then donated to women brewers to make their own really good
But there's definitely more out there. In your attic, in the garage, in your parents' basement. Send any you got into Miller Lite, and they'll turn that into good too. Oh. So here's to women, because without us, there would be no beer.
No, we would have just brewed it ourselves. And I guarantee that women didn't invent the process of brewing beer. I could pretty much almost guarantee that it was a man that invented the process of brewing beer. You know, this shit is so funny to me. It's like, this is one of those women don't need men commercials, basically. We don't need men. Well, if women don't need men, then next time we go into war, they can just send women over to fight the wars since they don't need it. Since women don't need men, maybe women can build all the houses by themselves, lay all the bricks by themselves, pave all the roads by themselves. Maybe they can do all the landscaping by themselves. You know, it's so funny. Like, I've never seen a woman on the back of a garbage truck. I've maybe only seen one woman working at a landscaping company. I've never seen one woman building houses, laying bricks, paving roads. The only sign that a woman gets in a construction is holding the fucking stop sign. This idea that because somebody forced you to brew their beer, you're the mother of beer brewing is some horse shit. You were just really the, I hate to say it, you were the slaves of beer brewing. That's what you were. And if men didn't have women to probably enslave to brew their beer, they would have just brewed it themselves, or they would have enslaved some men and made them brew it. But I can almost guarantee that women probably more likely did not come up with the process of brewing beer. And just because you were forced to do it doesn't mean you were the mothers of beer brewing. You didn't come up with the idea. You didn't invent the process. You're just an employee. Let's stop it.
I could barely stomach listening to that. The audacity of this woman, the audacity of the marketing company, or at least the marketing director from Miller Lite, the audacity. Now, I'm not shocked because Miller is actually owned by a Canadian company that headquarters in Chicago, Illinois. But the stupidity of this company in conjunction with this commercial is mind-blowing to me. Now, this woman said women were the first brewers. Just because women are doing the brewing doesn't mean that they are the ones with the recipe. When you look at the history of Miller as a company, it was founded by a man in like the 1800s who was from Germany that came down, and it was a family business all the way until 1966 when Miller was sold for the first time out of the family from the founder's granddaughter. So like why would you jump way over here and talk about all this when you could talk about the history of Miller? They could have made this about Miller being a family-owned company, which was then sold by a woman. that was run by a woman at some point.
Who apparently didn't want nothing to do with the beer industry at all anymore. Because why is that? Beer's not interesting to women. Women drink wine and alcohol, like hard liquor. Beer is 80%, 8 out of every 10 beers are drank by men. Let's keep it moving.
Couldn't y'all base it on that point? Instead of making this generalized male-hating commercial,
what I say, it's a I don't need men. We hate men. Men are toxic. Men are evil. Men forced us to brew beer and wear bikinis while we're advertising it, but we're the mothers of beer brewing.
As if the people at Verizon who are selling the iPhones are the reason the iPhones are around. What are you even talking about? Who was the brains behind it? Who created it? The process, not who worked the process that was already created. Miller was created by a man. Okay. All right, keep going. I wanted to play this other part that she said when she's talking about the women. Well, this is the thanks we get because we were brewing, we were the ones brewing it. They made us into models. No, y'all wanted to be on these flyers and commercials. Y'all wanted to do this. Y'all wanted to show you in order to get some money.
He's got a great point there. I guarantee it wasn't men that told women to start wearing bikinis. I guarantee it was feminist women who wanted to wear bikinis. Like, you got to forget, we come from a time in history where women were not allowed to even show their cleavage. We come from a time in history where Arabic countries and probably some African countries as well would not allow women to show their faces. Or did y'all forget about that? I guarantee it was feminists that started wearing bikinis. It wasn't men that said, yo, you should wear a bikini. You'll look sexier. No, it was women that wanted to wear the bikinis. Just like nobody told women to start caking up makeup. They chose, because women are so concerned with their looks. They're more concerned with their looks than men. Men, we just jump in the shower, throw on some deodorant, comb our hair, and walk out the door, man. Women, they got to put on eyeshadow, blush, lipstick. They got to make sure their nails are done. They got to make sure their hair is perfect. It's women that care about their looks more than anything. It's not men that told women to start caring about their looks more. It's just the natural state of women. It's such horseshit. Such horseshit.
Don't say Miller is the problem. Women are voluntarily going and putting their bodies on the line to market for a company for an exchange of money. This is not slave labor. Y'all doing this for an exchange of money.
I'm glad he said that. He threw that out. This is not slave labor, because that's what it was when y'all bitches were brewing the beer. Slave labor. Like, so you're going to take credit for something somebody else invented and enslaved you into doing? You could say, hey, our work is what got the beer done. But like I said, I will argue that if there wasn't bitches to enslave to brew the beer, they would just enslave some dudes and made them brew the beer. The beer was going to get brewed regardless.
And I'll point out the other part, the vulgar language.
Oh.
Can any one of y'all women be ladylike? They just got a whole bunch of Karens, a whole bunch of I don't need no man, a whole bunch of I'm going to be 40, 50, 60, 60.
What I say, this is I don't need a man commercial. This is I don't need a man commercial. That's all this is. We don't need a man. We can brew the beer for you because y'all didn't brew the beer yourselves. Like, men have never brewed beer ever, and that's the thing. Like, Back in those days, the men did all the hunting and the women did all the gathering. And part of gathering is brewing the beer. Brewing the beer is part of gathering. Gather the hops, brew the beer. While men are out there hunting for deers, antelopes, and everything else, men were doing all the real hard work, building the houses, building the shelters, fending off for protection. You know, men were doing all the hard work, but women had to brew beer and wear bikinis to advertise it, and that's the worst thing in the fucking world. They wasn't risking their life out there hunting, that's for sure.
With no kids, with a dog. Ain't no beauty, no grace, no loving, no integrity. Women on this commercial all suck. These are the sucky women in society. Not the beautiful, elegant ones. They can still do business and be ladylike and be a woman. These are the butchy ones that nobody want to marry. But that's how they present women. This is what a woman who's good in business is supposed to look like. Well, that's not true. There's a lot of beautiful, elegant women who do business that's not complete a-holes and running around saying a curse word every other word in this video.
Good shit.
Now, let me tell you where else y'all getting played, women. For the feminist idiots out there, that's like, look, girl power. Look what they're doing to us. Look what they're doing.
Oh,
this
yeah,
helps out women breweries. Listen, this is what they're doing strategically. And people are dumb enough to follow it. They're telling you that if you turn in your old Miller stuff, which is memorabilia, y'all ain't even catching it. You go and turn in your Miller memorabilia back to the company. They're going to then convert that in order to create the stuff that they need to feed the animals and all this other stuff. And then they're going to make good stuff and they're going to give that money to women brewers. Essentially what they're telling you to do is some of this stuff is probably worth a lot of money. You're going to send in Miller memorabilia from the founding of Miller that's probably worth a couple $100,000, and you're dumb enough to send it back to the company. And they're going to take that money and auction and they're going to do whatever they want to with it. Or they're getting ready to do a new campaign of slutty women, and they need you to send the old stuff out because the branding is going to be different. So all of you doing is just taking all of their old advertisement, giving it back to them so they can promote new advertisement, objectifying women. But then you dumb enough to listen to Miss Fanny Pants over here. Miss, she got her panties all bunched up. This is not empowering women. This is using women in another way. You don't have to use them just to be sexual objects. You can use them to be dummies that portray women to be these bossy dummies. Anyway, I could go on for 100 years talking about this.
You know what? And I can too. And I've heard enough. But those women, the only boyfriends they're gonna have when they're my age is their vibrators or their dildos. This is the thing, people. These women, these career-minded boss chicks, this is what they don't get. They're all trying to live my lifestyle. Why I say that? Because every day I get up and I focus on building my business or building my businesses or helping build Dizzle brand, building this podcast, building my clothing and apparel. Every day is a work day for me. It's a build my business, build my career, get to the point I want to be in life. But I could tell you right now, it's a solitary path. It's a lonely path. It's, and that's the thing. Women, why are women prisons worse than men's prisons? Because women can't deal with isolation and being by themselves like men. Men can easier just, deal with isolation a lot better. We can deal with being lonely. We can get a dog and get about just fine. Women, on the other hand, they all get to a certain age, and if they don't have a partner, They all get lonely. They all get lonely. And this idea that just because you were forced to brew the beer, that you're the mothers of beer brewing. No. Like, this is such horseshit. This is such horseshit, you know. It really is. It really is. I'm with him. I could go in on this forever. This is just we hate men. We don't need men. We brewed all the beer that y'all drink anyways. You know, and where do we get? What was our reward? Advertisements in bikinis. Okay. You got paid to advertise in the bikinis too, and I'm pretty sure these women, they were models anyways. They're gonna advertise in bikinis for somebody, whether it's Miller or a swimsuit edition. I mean, this is such horseshit. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. Paul Pickett Podcast, and I'm out.